Hey, so another week has gone past, and yeah, lots to talk about. So, few things running through my mind at the moment. Uh, First of all, I did some volunteer work, some jury service in assessing the English level for one of the schools here in Luxembourg for universities, and I did that, and very interesting in many ways. There was some great students, some students that obviously struggled with what they wanted to present. And I had to cut myself off from trying to help those students. I think that's just the natural way it is. I've always wanted to encourage people and maybe give them some guidance on ways to do it better, but that wasn't the role that I was there for. But I also met a number of other people that I just wouldn't have met before. And because we had a common goal, it worked really well. So in between sessions, I got to know quite a few more people and understand them. And it was a brilliant way of networking. I was really pleased with it. So, and I felt good because I was giving to someone else rather than thinking about myself all the time. Secondly, money. So I had some more money come in to my bank account recently from a debt that was repaid. Now, that was a good thing, but then I look towards the future and I can see that money disappearing. There's certain things that I want to do or need to pay for, certainly, that money's almost disappeared. And this starts to really annoy me. So for some time, I took a low salary for the job that I wanted to do, and there were some sacrifices in that. But at some point, I need to make that money back. I can't just be using my savings all the time for this thing. So whatever the next steps are coming, I need to make a healthy balance into my bank account, not actually paying out of my savings, feel comfortable to charge what I need to charge, feel that I'm worth it. And I think there's a mindset shift in there for me for asking for money. It's not something I've necessarily done. When you work for an employer, you kind of have that conversation once and then you're just paid monthly. But I'd like to work with clients and I would like to charge accurately for the value that I add. Now, that doesn't mean sitting behind a desk 8 hours a day just looking or pretending to be busy. But my wealth and experience and my ability to cut through a lot of the noise is really worth that. So I need to formulate that and believe in myself and ask for what I truly believe that I'm worth in those situations. I don't know what those situations are going to be yet, but yeah, I've got to think about it. So while we're on the subject of money, my gardener's leave is running out soon, and that means the salary coming in. Now, there's an option actually to go and get unemployment for myself, and I'm avoid doing it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I don't know if it's form filling, reading all the information, worrying about it. But I'd set myself a deadline of looking at the beginning of this week, and it's already middle of the week, and I haven't done it. I do it little by little, but I can feel in my body that I am kind of rejecting wanting to do this, wanting to sign up for unemployment. Again, I don't know if it's the stigma of that, but actually there's some useful information. They support new businesses starting up, and it would really be worth doing it, but I'm putting it off, and I know it's the thing that I should be doing, because if I don't, I need to find another solution to get some money in. But again, I think I'm wrestling with that stigma around it. You know, my parents never were unemployed. There was always money. It was never an issue. So I'm kind of wrestling with that as well. Then finally, I'm doing LinkedIn videos at the moment, and I'm enjoying those. And I need to think about subjects. And this is the third one I've done this week. And it becomes harder and harder each week because I start to think about my audience. And my audience, I think about the people that I've worked with, or maybe those that I've connected with on LinkedIn or worked with over the years. And for some reason, that perfectionist side keeps creeping in, especially when you're recording a video without a script. it can be hard just to get that off the flight. And I don't want to put all the effort and come across unauthentic, but I find myself making more and more mistakes and then doing take after take after take. And it's not the end of the world, but I need to find a better way of doing it. Connecting with myself and just being okay with doing these things with not so many takes and not feeling like a perfectionist. So that's it for me this week. I'm having a coaching session tomorrow. I desperately need it. I realise that I am heavily reliant on that coaching session because I don't have an input elsewhere. No one else is giving me input or advice, and I don't even know what it is that I'm actually going to be doing. So having that connection with someone is really important. But it also made me realise that I do need that sense of community around me. I live in an apartment. It's very nice, very airy. I go outside. I have I have 2 children to look after, and that's great. But I need more of a connection. And I think that work last week, assessing these university students on their English language, really helped me connect with people, and I gained something from that. It's not something that I want to be surrounded by people every single day, but I do need to make connections. I do need people around me. I do need to get out of this apartment because I think there's a lot of value in that. So whatever that is, whether that's through work or hobbies or something, it's becoming abundantly clear to me that I need to do that. So that's it for me this week. I hope you're all well, and I look forward to catching up next week. Cheers.